Extra Worcester News tonight, the gun buyback program takes over Worcester County. Organizers say the 17th annual event was a success. Plus, the community says their final goodbyes to a hero. We take a look back at the funeral of Worcester firefighter Christopher Roy. But first, we begin with the weather after snow seemed to miss most of central Massachusetts this morning. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Brittany Schaefer. A cool December day Monday, but no snow for the city. Let's send it over to meteorologist Tim Kelly for a quick look at the forecast.
Couple things happened over the last 24 hours. A bit of a nor'easter formed, and that brought us that mixture of sleet, rain, and snow melted down for the most part. Now we have a cold front coming in. So cold front responsible for the snow showers approaching now. The storm is kind of slowing down and intensifying, and the front and the storm are going to combine, and it's going to get a lot colder and more windy. Well, actually, it's already happening right now. So that bit of a thaw that we had over the weekend is done, at least for one day in a row. So we have a bright moon in the sky, and at times it can snow a little bit as the temperatures go down. I don't think we're going to get much, but there could be a little bit of slickness to start the day. Tomorrow, about 20 at the airport downtown, about 23, 24 to start the day. Blue sky and sunshine and windy. The wind tomorrow, with a temperature in the mid-20s at lunchtime, is going to be gusting past 30 miles an hour, so the wind chill factors in the teens and 20s all day. That number is for the airport. Downtown, we get to about 30. Sunshine sticks with us. Friday is getting warmer. Wednesday is getting warmer. Friday gets really warm and wet in the 10-day forecast in a few minutes.
It's a program aiming to get dangerous weapons off the streets. This weekend, dozens of nearby communities participated in the 17th annual Goods for Guns buyback program. And this year, communities across the country joined. Our Chandler Walsh joins us live now with more. Chandler?
Brittany, nationwide, more than 1,200 guns were collected this year, and for a first time in the program, Worcester County gun owners were able to come here to City Welding and watch their guns be destroyed. Guns are crushed after the 17th annual Goods for Guns buyback. Dr. Michael Hirsch started the program. He watched as City Welding and sheet metal fabrication scraped serial numbers and flattened each weapon.
We all were fascinated. We were just kind of stunned by the visuals.
25 Worcester County communities participated in the buyback Saturday, collecting 147 unwanted and unsecured guns. Dr. Hirsch says it's about public awareness, and there's evidence the program has reduced gun injuries.
In Worcester, for example, 2017 calendar year, we didn't have a single firearm fatality. That's almost unheard of for a city of our size.
Dudley Police Chief Stephen Wayner says the gun buyback is productive for his community. It's the town's third year, and they collected 9 weapons.
That was a combination of long rifles, and we also had a couple of replica guns.
Chief Wayner says it also provides the opportunity for people to anonymously bring in unlicensed guns. Families can dispose of weapons they're unprepared to use and make their homes safer.
A lot of these things have been handed down from generation to generation. They don't want to leave guns just around their homes, so if someone were able to get access to them, or if they suffered a break-in and the things were stolen and they were used someplace, it gives people a lot more peace of mind.
Dr. Hirsch says the focus is about safety and not politics. He says nationwide, 40,000 people were killed from firearms in 2017. Twice as many were injured, and the number increases each year.
We have not only a right but a duty to discuss this, because it's a very big part of why people are coming in injured or worse.
Hirsch hopes Goods for Guns continues to grow. Communities in Connecticut, New Mexico, and California participated this year. He hopes more areas participate next year. Live in Worcester, Chandler Walsh, Worcester News Tonight.
A 25-year-old Spencer man was killed in a head-on crash in Spencer. According to State Police, Cole Victor of Spencer was driving down Route 49 Friday night when his car crossed into the opposite side of the highway, striking a pickup truck. The truck then burst into flames. A man and woman in the other vehicle were taken to the hospital with serious injuries, but are said to be doing okay. The cause of the crash is under investigation. The Cannabis Control Commission comes to an agreement with the City of Worcester to make their permanent home Union Station. The 14,000 square foot location will offer the Commission 25 offices. They say the hub of transportation offers convenience and accessibility, along with Worcester being a centralized location in the state. The CCC is hoping to move in by mid-2019. Fallen Worcester firefighter Christopher Roy is laid to rest this weekend. Fire departments from across New England say their final goodbyes to a fallen hero, including an emotional eulogy from his fellow brothers. A somber goodbye to Worcester firefighter Christopher Roy at his funeral Saturday. Fire departments from across New England paid their respects to a fallen brother.
We all know that any day it could be any one of us, so we owe it to the past and as well to their family to show support and respect to that person.
When something like this happens, especially close to home, for everybody to be there in support of the family, the firefighters from the city.
The eulogy was given by 3 Worcester firefighters, all men emotional as they spoke of a close friend gone too soon.
He deeply loved his family and his daughter, and nothing will ever replace him. A permanent hole is in all of our hearts now, but we can move forward together knowing that Roy's forever a part of us.
We all should consider ourselves blessed for having gotten to know Roy and bringing him joy throughout his life as he did to ours. Even though his life was cut way too short, he will always be with us in our hearts and looking down on us with his infectious smile.
Roy was remembered as an amazing brother, son, and most importantly, father. The fallen firefighter leaves behind a 9-year-old daughter. Firefighter David Scavone says Ava was Roy's entire world.
To Ava, you were your father's world. He moved heaven and earth to give you the best life possible that you deserved. He is so proud of you and will continue to be. He will always be in your life and in your heart, watching over you from heaven.
And the day after Christopher Roy passed away, a memorial fund was set up in his daughter's name. And today we're hearing more about how much has been raised. City officials say as of last Friday, the AVA Roy Fund collected $50,000. During last night's Bruins game, a 50-50 raffle totaled more than $112,000 to the fund. Therefore, the fund automatically will get $60,000. And if the other half isn't claimed, the full amount will go to the AVA Roy Fund. Starting Monday, you can also now donate online through the Worcester Firefighters Local 1009 website. A Central Mass police chief is leaving his position. Leicester Chief Jim Hurley announced he was resigning last month. He says he's loved his time on the department, but is excited to do something new. Our Rosalind Flaherty joins us now to explain. Rosalind?
Brittany, Chief Hurley has done a lot in his career. He says it's bittersweet, but time to move on. Police Chief Jim Hurley still has his first police ID from when he was 18 years old.
That was issued to me officially in January of 1981 as an auxiliary police officer in Shrewsbury.
He's getting ready to move on to a new adventure. He will be a field representative for New England State Police Information Network, covering Worcester to the New York border. The organization provides support to law enforcement in combating crime.
It's time. I don't want to be the police chief that's hanging around, sitting in the seat just for the title.
Hurley took the job as chief almost 13 years ago, a role he's enjoyed a lot.
I see it as a challenge. I see it as an opportunity. And there are certain things that I very, very strongly believe in. And I believe that if someone comes into your community and they commit a crime, they're challenging your ability to provide policing services. So it's up to you to apprehend them.
He's had many successes over his 38-year career, including attending the FBI National Academy in Quantico. One of his biggest challenges was the loss of Ronald Tarantino Jr. Tarantino served on the Leicester Police Department for 7 years before transferring to Auburn.
That I refer to as the darkest days of the department. I think this community carried us on their back and moved us forward.
Chief Hurley handed in his resignation about 30 days ago. Leicester Town Administrator David Genero calls him a community treasure who will be difficult to replace.
Chief Hurley has brought a lot of professionalism to the force. I'm looking for somebody who can continue on Chief Hurley's good work.
Chief Hurley says he's worked hard to listen to the community needs. His advice for the next chief is to keep the community engagement going and to always do the right thing.
When there's a problem, you stand up and you face it, and you get up and you tell the public what's happened, and there shouldn't be any spin on it.
Now, Chief Hurley also thanks his family and his department for the support. The town administrator says they will be doing an internal recruitment for an interim chief, which will be discussed tonight. Rosalind Flaherty, Worcester News Tonight.
A nationwide initiative aims to help talented lower-income and first-generation students access to top colleges. The College of the Holy Cross announcing Monday they are joining the American Talent Initiative. The program's goal is to add 50,000 high-achieving but lower-income students by 2025. Holy Cross plans to recruit more students from diverse backgrounds, increase application for financial aid, and continue their high graduation rate.
Holy Cross has long had a commitment to serving populations that traditionally have been underserved by higher education. So joining this initiative is a way for us to share our ideas with others and to have others share ideas with us about how to do this better.
Dozens of colleges across the country have joined the initiative, with a handful being in Massachusetts. Worcester Polytechnic Institute is the only other in Worcester County who's involved.